Back again with some more budget modern. Today we've got Blue Red Storm versus Gruul Aggro. And we do have the deck list in the description, boys. Alright. That's me starting off with the Island on turn 1. Luke with Stonecoil Serpent. Probably means he doesn't have a lot of other 1-drops, cheap spells in his hand, just wants to try and curve out. Thermo Alchemist, that's a key part of this deck. It likes to combo off with Sorcerer class, although Cindervines is going to make that difficult, as it is going to deal 1 damage to me every time I play an instant sorcery here. It also has an activated ability that can really mess up my plans if I try to go for the Storm combo with Sorcerer class. But just another Thermo Alchemist here, no instants and sorceries yet. It's really gumming up the board though. No attacks from Luke so far. Yep, Rhythm of the Wild here. Really good card for him. Makes it hard to play against him because you don't know what he's going to play at any given moment. This does make Lovestruck Beast live. He doesn't need to play the Heart's Desire part, as he does already have a 1/1 in play. I think I go for the Unexpected Windfall here. Just to look at a few more cards, deal some damage, make some treasures, save up some mana for next turn. Pitching Sleep of the Dead, I can escape that later, so I don't need that right away. 2 treasures. Yeah, and then the triggers off the Thermo Alchemists. That should be 2 more damage off the Thermo Alchemists. Yeah, there we go. Ship the turn back. If Luke can land a big threat here, that'd be huge for him. Probably Lovestruck Beast, Questing Beast, something along those lines. Here comes the hideaway part. Mosswort Bridge. Unsure of what he found there. Can't quite tell what he's got in hand. I think at least a Snakeskin Veil in there. Unsure what creatures might be residing in between his hands. Do have a new setup for the life totals today. Let me know if you guys like it. Alright, Thrashing Brontodon. It's a good body. Can attack through the Thermo Alchemists. Going upstairs. Take 3. 2 more damage on the end step. That's the beauty of the Thermo Alchemist. Even if you aren't playing instant sorceries, it's just an extra 2 damage every turn. Saheeli, that is a perfect card against Luke's deck because it generates so many servos, and if Luke's guys can't get trample, the game's just over. He'll never hit me again. Unfortunately, it's not an instant sorcery, so it's not going to trigger the Thermo Alchemists. Here comes Consider. Really good card lately. Actually surprised how much better it is than Opt. Looks like you see a Mind Collapse there. It's an easy take. Good removal. It's going to let me play another spell this turn. Thinking about using the treasures here. I don't think I end up doing it. Evolving Wilds, and then I can sack a mountain to the Mind Collapse. There we go. Hit the Thrashing Brontodon, get that off the board. Yeah, and we're sitting pretty here. 2 more damage. Luke falls to 8 or 10. Alright, unless Luke can get something going here, this is going to be game. A Garrick would be really nice. Give all his guys trample. He can run over my Thermo Alchemists. Cindervines is doing work though. I am at 13 despite having only taken 4 damage from attacks. Let's see what he's got in hand here. Alright, Wildborn Preserver. It's a good start. There's no follow-up though, that's not going to be enough. Alright, Pel Collector. He's going to pay one of the Wildborn Preserver. Assume they're both getting haste. Unless he wants to... No, he wants to power that Pel Collector. Make sure it can't get traded with a servo. He's going to crack in for 3. Chump block with the servo. That's what I'm saying. Like, he's never going to deal any more damage if I can just keep chumping with servos. Sack the Wilds. Another island. And then that's 2 more damage from the Thermo Alchemist. So he's basically always just 2 lower than whatever his life total says. I just need to play 3 more instants and sorceries. And with this deck, I can pretty easily cycle through that. With Sleep of the Dead in my graveyard. Consider in hand. Oh no, looks like I missed the Alchemist triggers at the end step. That's unfortunate. I still think I'm in a good position to win here, but it's not ideal. Got Expansion Explosion and Consider in hand. Want to consider into something good here. That hits Luke for 2, goes to 8. Make another servo. 2 damage off every Thermo Alchemist is brutal. Oh, but 3 damage because I'm copying the previous servo with the Sihili. 3 damage next time. I missed it this time. Ooh, is that another Consider on top? Perfect. Just keep cycling these. Luke's at 8 here. Another Consider puts him down to 5 because the servo is being copied. It's a copy of the Thermo Alchemist. End of turn. Makes me another servo. Luke goes to 5. If I can hit another instant sorcery, must have. Yep. Opt. And that's going to be game. I can just untap this Thermo Alchemist. Hit him again. Goes to 2. Tap him. GG. Alright. Game 2. Luke's on the play now. That should help his deck out a lot. Two damage off Stomping Ground. Pel Collector turn 1, nice. Mountain Go. A shock right here would be fantastic, but with only 1 in the deck, it's unlikely. There you go. Stonekill Serpent's going to pump up the Pel Collector. He's going to get him for 2. Luke's curving out nicely, but Thermo Alchemist should hopefully brick wall one of those attackers next turn. Luke just figuring out what land he's going to play here. Evolving Wilds. Wants to get more forests. Got a lot of mountains in hand. Ooh, the Bolt, the Thermal Alchemist means he's getting in for 4. Down to 14. Untap draw, another tap land, but it looks like we have another Thermal Alchemist. Gonna be fetching for a forest here. So I got a block on that Stonecoil Serpent. Ooh, but Rhythm of the Wild is going to be brutal with both those attackers already on the battlefield. It's going to mess up combat math. Might have to chump block earlier than I think I should. Saheeli, once again, coming in clutch. Those servos can't generate any this turn, but next turn those servos are going to be fantastic. Luke untaps, Thrashing Brontodon, that's another attacker. It's a free attack for him here. He can swing for 6, 8 if he wants to. It's just going to get blocked by the Thermal Alchemist though, so still 6 damage though. Take 6, go to 6. That's not what you want to be seeing, but the Saheeli should help that out a lot. In my opinion, Luke should have gone for the Saheeli there, as it can pump out so many chump blockers that it doesn't matter how many guys he gets out, as long as I still have cards in my hand. Active Thermal Alchemist, though, should start pumping out some damage. Looks like you come to a river in hand. That should be helpful. Probably bounce the Rhythm of the Wild. Maybe that's Stonecoil Serpent. No, probably the Pelt Collector. Alright, going for the Unexpected Windfall. Discarding Flood of Recollection. 2 blue is pretty heavy mana cost in this deck. One more damage off Thermal Alchemist. Get 2 more treasures. And I get a servo. Draw 2 treasures. There we are. And that's probably going to be it. Someone use the treasures here. Get a few more blockers in the way, but I can save those. Stormkill Artist at hand should help me go off if I can land it without it dying immediately. Here's main phase Shock on the 2/2. Gets me another blocker. Alright, Luke untapping with 4 mana, Rhythm of the Wild, and 2 creatures in play. He just needs to punch through those last points of damage. Domri's going to help him do that. Pumps up all his guys. He can probably make one of his guys fight my Alchemist or one of my servos. Yeah, looks like he's going to fight the Alchemist here. But Sitter is going to deal 1 more damage to Luke. Puts him to 15. Get another servo. Deal 1 more damage. Luke's going to go to 14 here. Thermal 13. Sorry. Thermal Alchemist dies. Kraken for 8 damage because the Domri's pumping both of those creatures up. 2 chump blocks. They're forced. Here we go. Got an active Saheeli. What can we do? Island. 4 mana. Ooh, Stormkilling Artist. We're going for it here. Could copy the Stormkilling Artist with my servo. That's probably what I should do. Again, that generates 1 treasure every time I cast an instant sorcery. Basically, lets me cycle through my deck. Looks like I'm just going to attack that Domri, make sure to get that out of there. Try and storm off next turn. Luke's still a 6 power in play. I'm holding up a Consider here, so I can generate another blocker if I need to. Luke with Garrick, that's huge. Trample is going to likely win him this game if I can't find a way to get rid of it. Oh, and we're going to have to see a champ block from the Stormkilled Artist plus the servo here because Luke's attacking me for 9 damage, 6 of it trample. Alright. But we do have a Consider here. Making a servo blocker. That Stormkilled Artist should trade with one of them. If it blocks the smaller one. But then that's taking more damage, going to 1. Then I'm going to chump the larger one with the Stormkilling Artist, and then just chump the other one with a 1/1. It's probably not what I should do. Should be trading and then going to 1. But I don't think that's what's going to happen here. Yeah. Goes to 2. Alright, what can we find? Is that another Stormkilling Artist in hand? Nope. Radical Idea, Chart a Course, Discover the Impossible. Gonna try and hit something big off this Discover the Impossible. Tap 3. That gives us a servo. But that Garrick is preventing those servos from being useful. Oh, 4 lands off the Discover the Impossible. That's brutal. So I'm just going to take the island there. Ugh. That is a feels bad man moment. Do have Chart a Course in hand. That's going to let me dig a little bit farther. What can we find? Another Stormkilling Artist. Another land. Pitching the land. I got 2 mana left. We could probably still have 1 more turn if we use You Come to a River to bounce the Trampler, and then I chump the not Trampler. Ooh, just having a look at the graveyard there, making sure I don't got any flashback cards. Might have a Sleep of the Dead in there somewhere. Alright, Luke. Playing a not so hasty Scavenging Ooze. Oh, it is a hasty Scavenging Ooze. He's just pumping it up with its ability, exiling a few creatures from the graveyard, gaining a bit of life. This game is firmly slipped away from me. Just jumping here. I'm going to bounce the Trampler. No damage taken. Got one more turn. Got a Stormkiln Artist in hand. See if we can make it happen. Alright. It's my one turn window to get something done. What do we got? Land, Stormkiln Artist, Radical Idea. So it looks like gotta hit something on this. I guess I have one more shot if I miss this, but Radical Idea, draw a card, make a treasure. Should have copied that Stormkiln Artist with the servo. Oh, that looks like what I'm doing here. Yeah. One of these servos is now Stormkiln Artist. It's going to make me 2 treasures now instead of just 1. So I've got 3 mana left. Alright, 2 treasures. Is it Guildgate? Draw a card. What do we got? Make another servo. Where's that? Evidently not what we need. Couldn't quite tell what that was, but it looks like we're just discarding it to jumpstart the Radical Idea. Oh, it looks like it was Terramorphic Expanse. Jumpstarting the Radical Idea. Got 3 charges in play. This is my last shot. Gotta hit something here, or I'm just dead on board to all the trample damage. Or I guess I could attack the Garrick with one of those servos, as it is being pumped because it's a Stormkiln Artist. So I think it's a, looks like it's a 2/2 plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so a 7/2. So I just got a land. Can't play that though. Already played land this turn. No more cards to draw. Gotta take out that Garrick and hope he doesn't have any more trample. Lining up some attacks here. Counting up how much damage that is. Again, I think that is a 7/2, given that's a Stormkiln Artist. Cracking in there at the Garrick. Gonna take that out before it can give anybody trample again. Alright, Luke's gotta find something here. Shouldn't be too hard. Oh wait, no, he's just gonna destroy the servo with the activated ability of the Thrashing Brontodon. That's huge. That means Luke just wins. You can just attack with trample and deal 2 extra points of damage. That's all he needs to do. Oh, I missed that Thrashing Brontodon ability. That saved Luke this game. Probably could have locked it up if he couldn't destroy that servo there. But here comes the lethal damage. Just making sure everything's in order. Pumping out that Scavenging Ooze as big as it can get. Gonna activate the Garrick by the Scavenging Ooze. And that is time for lethal. Yep. Looks like I'm scooping. There goes game 2 to Luke. Down to game 3. Alright, we got game 3. I'm on the play this time. Should be quite helpful. Is Guildgate to start. Good fixing. Nothing on turn 1 though. Alright, Sorcerer class turn 2 after Pel Collector from Luke. That could be huge. If Luke has no way to interact with this, I'm just gonna run away with this game. Looks like I've got a Blister Spit Gremlin in hand. That untaps every time I play an instant sorcery. So the combo here is you activate the second ability of Sorcerer class, making it so all your creatures can tap for a red or a blue to cast instant sorceries or to gain class levels. So then you can tap creatures that untap when you play an instant sorcery spell to add mana, and then they untap because you played instant sorcery off of them, and then you can just keep untapping them, tapping them, as long as you can draw more cards. But Cinderbinds from Luke means he does have an instant speed way to remove that sorcerer class, as long as I don't have the ability to get rid of that before he can untap with mana up. Alright, come to a river to bounce the Cinderbinds. Goes just hand there, not the graveyard. Yeah, there you go. It's gonna set Luke back a turn. Does deal damage to me. Alright, Luke's just gonna replay Cinderbinds. Another Pel Collector. More attackers on the ground. He's gonna send one in. Go to 17. Tap draw. Ooh, Goblin Electromancer. That's a good pickup. Activating the ability of Sorcerer class. Oh my guys, tap for mana now. Luke's thinking if he wants to respond with the Cinderbinds. Looks like he's not going to. Chart a course. I'm gonna take one. Looks like Luke's just saving the Cinderbinds to deal damage to me every time I play a spell. Trying to go after me that way. Alright, just thinking what to discard off this Chart a course. Again, I am going to get to untap the Blister Spit Gremlin. That's the idea of the combo. Do have 2 mana available here. Plethora of spells to play. Might just shift the turn back though if I've got some interaction. Maybe another you come to a river to bounce the Cinderbinds again. Oh, Luke is tapped out, so he couldn't have sacked the Cinderbinds there. Luke with 4 lands. He's gonna play a Scavenging Ooze. Or no, Swarm Shambler. Kraken for 2 more damage. I go to 12 or 14. 14, yeah. Starting to feel some pressure off that Cinderbinds. Goblin Electromancer. So all my spells cheaper. Now Blister Spit Gremlin for an opt. Take 1. Looks like I'm drawing that. Another island. I think I want to activate that last class ability on Sorcerer class soon. Basically turns all my spells into grape shots. So they deal 1 damage to the opponent for each instant sorcery spell I've cast this turn. But just another Goblin Electromancer, make all my spells even cheaper. It's unlikely that the second one matters, as I have very few cards in my deck that have 2 generic mana in their casting cost, besides perhaps Chemist's Insight or a Unexpected Windfall. Alright, Luke with another Hideaway land. Still 4 mana available. He can sack that Cinderbinds at any moment. Probably he's going to wait till I activate the last ability. Let's crack it in for 2 more damage. Those are both 1/1s. Signals to me that he probably has something up in his sleeve. Blocking with both Goblin Electromancers. They're just going to eat those Pel Collectors unless he plays something. Alright, so there's a Snakeskin Veil. One of them's going to trade. Not quite sure what Luke's thought process was here. Maybe he just thought I wasn't going to block at all. But that leaves me with 1 Goblin Electromancer, which is all I really need. I am going to bounce at Cinderbinds. This is going to force Luke's hand. I would say it's probably like he's just gonna sack it, destroy my sorcerer class now. Yeah. And that's gonna do another 2 damage to me. Tap, see what the card is here. Ooh, Casting Flame Breather. It is gonna hit Luke for a bit. Looks like I'm cracking in with just my 2/2 Goblin Electromancer. Good ol' is it beatdown. Classic of the genre. Rustvale Bridge. See what the play is here for Luke. Untap. No play from Luke. Wonder what that last card in hand is. Probably another land. Just gonna pump up his Swarm Shambler here. Oh, but he misses the trigger. I targeted with the Sleep of the Dead. That should give him an insect. Oh, that could have kept him in this game if he could remember. If you remember that trigger, because now I can just swing for 4 a turn. I've got plenty of cards to feel the Sleep of the Dead in the graveyard, but if he keeps missing that trigger, that's not going to be good for him. He goes to 11. What can he find? Another land. Ooh, tapping out for a Stonecoil Serpent. How big is that one? Looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He's got a 7/7 Stonecoil Serpent. That would also trigger my Sleep of the Dead, so if Luke misses that trigger, if I cast Sleep of the Dead next turn, it's going to be brutal for him. Lose the game off missed triggers. Untap. Don't think I have any cards left in my hand. It's the draw. It's going to be... Alright, we're just going for Sleep of the Dead. For 2. Tap an additional. Hit him for 1 with my Blister Spit Gremlin. So he takes 2 there. Goes to 9. Tapping out his guy and he missed the trigger. That is brutal for Luke. If he finds that out later, he's going to be so mad. Just another land in hand, though. I am going to cast Sleep of the Dead again on his Swarm Shambler. Another 1 damage to him. He's just completely forgotten that ability on Swarm Shambler. He's going to go down to 5 here, I believe. 3, sorry. 1, 2. Oh, yes, because the trigger's off of the second Sleep of the Dead. Alright, 3 life for Luke. All he has in hand is a Lovestruck Beast. That'll block the Goblin Electromancer if he plays it. Oh, no, it's not in his hand. He's trying to figure out what he can play off of the Mosswort Bridge. Whether or not he can play Heart's Desire first. I think he can. But it's unlikely he won't elect to do that because he only has 3 mana available. And activating this Mosswort Bridge is pretty much the only thing he can do. Two mana available, sorry. So we couldn't go Heart's Desire into Lovestruck Beast. But a 6/6 Lovestruck Beast here. What can you do with that? If I draw any spell... Actually, I don't even need to draw a spell. But Opt should kill him anyways. Takes 2 off the Opt. And then just tap it again. He's dead. GG. Thanks for watching. Again, I do have Decklists in the description if you'd like to check those out.